Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk a bit about the boron particle cloud log file. The problem went like that. I brought a brand new boron, and what I did was I tried to claim it, and I tried to activate my SIM card. I could claim it, but the SIM card got hung up. So I reached out to the technical support crew, and they did enable the card, but for some weird reason, the uh, the SIM card is not working. It's just going on flashing green, which means it's looking for the internet, which is not a good thing, right? What happened was that they say, hey, can you send me your Boron Cloud debugging log so they can further analyze it? So the purpose of this video, I'll show you how to actually enable your debug firmware and then get those log file and send it over to the Particle technical support crew. Okay, before you start, okay, first of all, you need to have a Particle CLI program installed into your computer. Just Google Particle CLI and it'll give you a download. I do have a Particle CLI. So if your Particle CLI is working, if you type particle on your command prompt, just like that, it should come up with some version number, help, and all that stuff, right? So it did come up with all that. So the version that you have to do, you can do with this Boron Cloud debugging to run this Boron Cloud debugging tool is version 1.49.0. So I do have version 2.8.1, which is well ahead in terms of revision number and whatnot, right? Okay, so I've got this particle version correct. Next thing I'll do is I'll power up my particle board. So I'm going to bring up my particle board on the bottom left-hand corner of this video here. There you go. So right now the particle board is not powered up yet. It's going to be powered up using a USB on my laptop here. So I'm going to give it a couple of moments. It's going to be flashing green, and then you'll go through a series of flashing. It'll come back to flashing green again. So a quick way to test whether your boron is actually talking to your laptop is if you open a device manager. Let's go to this gear here called settings. And on this settings, you type device manager and then click on device manager here. And then you can close this window once you're done. It'll come up with all sort of devices that's attached to your computer. So you expand your port COM LPT, you will see boron. So this indicates that you are connected to boron. Okay, so I'm going to close this guy here. So boron has an inbuilt SIM card. You don't have to insert a SIM card unless you're using a third party. Then you can insert your SIM card, but that's not part of our discussion for today. So as you can see, the boron has been flashing green for quite a few times. The bottom board that's flashing red is actually my GPS module. Again, this is not part of that discussion. It works, I've seen it work, but this particular board, I'm not too sure what's going on. Today I'm going to capture the cloud debugging tool. What you're going to do is, first of all, I'm going to pull up a GitHub article written by Rick. If I pronounce your name incorrectly, I'm sorry. He's one of the technical crew at Particle. He has a GitHub channel here. So this is the things that we'll be running today. So if you scroll down, okay, we've done a few things here. Prerequisites, CLI here, right? If you want to update it, just run this command here, and you can update it. We've done that. Now we have to do is update your CLI. Sorry, your particle firmware version. If you're not too sure what your firmware is, just run it anyways. You'll be fine. So to run an update on your particle, you type particle update. But before you do that, you got to put the board in a DFU mode. So the way to do it is to hold the mode button and reset button, and then let go of the reset button until the LED is flashing yellow. Right, so that will indicate that you're in a DFU mode. So let me show you what I mean by that. Mode, reset, let it go. Oops. Mode, reset. You can actually see it. Flashing magenta, yellow, let it go. So now you know that your board is in the DFU mode when you are flashing yellow like that. So once you're ready, let's eyeball back to our command prompt here. Particle update, you hit enter. It does its thing. Okay, after a few moments, the firmware seems to be successfully completed and your device is restarted. So once the device restart, it's still flashing green, right? The next thing you have to do is you have to download firmware from Particle called boron.bin. You can download it again by going to this URL again. This is the same GitHub page from Rick. The bin file is right here. I'll put the link for this GitHub in this channel. You can download it from there. So here you go, and you downloaded this guy here. Okay, Boron is here. So if you open your download folder, wherever it could be, mine's on download itself. I'm gonna slide this right up here. And I go download here. You can see Boron bin, right? So you're gonna have to navigate to download here. Go to that directory here. You can see a boron here. So you're gonna have to flash this firmware onto your particle board there. So it still should be flashing green. It is still flashing green. So you're gonna, I normally put it to DFU mode before I flash it. I'm gonna do the DFU mode again. Again, I'm gonna hold the mode and reset. And then once it start to become white, I'll let go of the reset and holding the mode, and it cycles through magenta, then it goes to yellow, and then I'll let go of the mode. That's how you know you're in DFU mode. So there we go. White, let go, magenta, yellow, let go. So now you're in DFU mode. So in order to flash that boron .bin file, you type the following command. USB boron bin. Hit enter. There you go. So you are done successfully flashing the boron.bin into the file. So after a few moments, the boron will start by itself again, and then it will start collecting. If it does not go to restart by itself and it's still showing DFU like what I have right now, you're gonna have to power cycle it manually. And this is how you do it. You hold a reset and you let it go. Okay, just resetting it. So once the program starts, it starts collecting. You can actually monitor the communication via the serial port, which is your USB port itself here, going to your laptop. Right now you can see it's breathing cyan, so which means it's working. So one way to monitor this would be by typing particle serial. It's gone back to green again. Serial monitor. Okay, so and you hit enter, it will show you all the comm that's going back and forth between the boron and the cloud. So this is the file. This is the location where you can actually look for issues, errors, and whatnot. And these are the things that you have to send to your particle technical support there. So you can see there's something definitely wrong with this. I'm not too sure. I don't know how to read AT command set, but yeah, there's a few things that's going on, right? So I don't have a battery and all that. That's fine. So this is one way to do it. Another way to do it would be to put a -- follow. I haven't done that command before in the past, but I'm going to try next. So I'm just going to close this session here. So what I mean by that is that you type particle serial monitor and you put 2 dashes and hit follow. Does the same thing. And it looks like it doesn't do much of a difference, I guess. I think it's going to do the same thing. But I'm not too sure what the difference is between the double dash follow and without follow. If you know the difference, make a comment, put a comment in my channel here. It will definitely help people who are brand new to this, like myself, I guess, with the -- follow. Like I said, I've always used particle space serial space monitor. But if you know what the difference is, do let us know. One more note before you go. Then I'm going to try this, another one. If you want to put it to a file, I would do this, put a pipe. I think this is how you put a pipe. Just gonna put log txt and download. So what's gonna do right now is to actually start creating a log file here. and you can actually open the log file using any of your favorite text editor. Mine is the Sublime, so if I open this guy here, you can see that they're accumulating the log file, outputting to a file itself, right? Yeah, so if you close, I think the Sublime has the habit of refreshing itself, but if it doesn't refresh on a notepad or whatnot, just open it again. It just keeps repeating and updating itself. Like I say, anyway, I'm going to let this run for another 10 minutes. I'm going to send this log file to our technical support at Particle, and hopefully they can tell me what's wrong with my Boron and my cloud connection. I let the Particle Boron run for a good 10 to 20 minutes, and this is what I gather. This is what you get as an output file when I ran this to a log txt file. Yeah, it's a bunch of AT command set, right? And there's about a bunch of human readable messages, for lack of a better word. And it's quite a few stuff that's in here. Some of them I sort of can make it, but some of them I can't. So you can email this to your technical support at Particle, and they should be able to decipher and tell you what is wrong with your device there, if there's any. Anyway, so okay, now let's say you want to put your device back to normal, right? So as you can see on the bottom right hand corner, my device is showing as breathing cyan is going in and out, right? It's like breathing. So in order to recover from this logging mode, all you have to do is just download your firmware, I guess. What I mean by firmware is that in the context of Particle, firmware is actually a program that you write, a custom program. So I'm gonna download my own program. So this is a Particle programming IDE. So what I have is say I want to load this program. So first of all, you go through the loading process of verifying and making sure all the syntax are good by clicking in here. And if your syntax are good, they will tell you everything is good. No need to worry about it. Here you go, code verified, works great. The next thing you have to do is to download the binary file. So you click this code here, pops up this window. You click on this cloud and down arrow here. What this one does is that it creates a firmware.bin file. Basically, it's a binary file. And you take that binary file and you upload it like what you did with the Boron exe. So if I were to open my download folder, that's where it downloads, right? So open download folder. It's off the screen here. So my previous Boron was here. So this is the file that it just created, right? So all I have to do is now go back to your DOS prompt here. Make sure you're in download. Then you say particle / USB, and then you give it the name of the firmware .bin. But before you do that, you have to make sure that your particle board is in DFU mode. So the way to do it, same as before, hold the mode button and then press the reset and keep holding the mode until the LED turns yellow. So this is how I do it. So hopefully you can see it. There you go. Magenta, yellow, let it go. So once that is done, let's center this guy here on the screen. Once that's done, now you're in DFU mode. Come back to the screen here on your command prompt, hit enter. And now you're putting a firmware in there. So you don't have the Boron Cloud debugger loaded to the program anymore. So now you have your own customized program. That's how you get out of the Boron Cloud debugger tool. It's basically a program itself. Anyway, I hope all these things will get you to the bottom of your issue there, working with the guys from Particle. If this tutorial helped you, please subscribe, like. It'll give me a clear indication of if I'm heading the right direction. Other than that, well, I hope you learned something today. You have a good day. Bye now.